Well, hello, Miss Tamar, live from quarantine.
Yes, with the quarantine hair and makeup job, darling.
Well, she did a good job.
Oh, why, thank you. I try. Just wear good shirts for my Zoom meetings and go right back to my couch.
You've also figured out how to add a 501st job to your list of 500 jobs in this time with this new show. To Catch a Beautician is coming to the TV screen.
Girl, you got a hole in your head.
Tamar Braxton and Johnny Wright are here to bust bad dudes.
Y'all ready?
Tell me how you got involved in this kind of crazy project.
Yeah, the crazy project that I'm most proud of. So, given that I've had a lot of hairdos over the years, and also hair catastrophes over the years. And so, the show just morphed into like my favorite thing to do. Talk about hair, talk about people's problems, and try to help them fix it.
Well, and you've had every hairstyle even a couple of years ago. You shaved it all off.
Yeah, I did. It was my best hairstyle. And I really want to go back to it because right now I'm in the in-between stage, and my hair is a mess under the wigs and ponytails and stuff. So I really don't know what to do with my own hair. And I really liked that kind of independence. You know what I mean? This is all me, except me, and it was great. And so I kind of want to go back to it.
Well, I feel like that moment also came at that turning point in your life. It's been like 3 years since the separation, the split. What have you learned about yourself in the last 3 years that you didn't know about yourself?
Wow. That I'm one of those women, just like all the women in America that I run into, is that, we never give up. We do whatever it takes, especially when you're thrown into the position where you're a single mom. It's like everything is hard, but nothing is too hard. We figure it out. And so I'm just really happy to be a part of that women empowerment in that crew. And it's not even just women anymore, it's men too, that's thrown in that position. And it just goes to show you how resilient we all are. When we have to figure it out, we figure it out.
Oh, yes, we do.
We do.
How does co-parenting work in quarantine?
At first, co-parenting was very difficult because, I think the whole country was afraid. We didn't know if it was safe to go outside and, what was safe and what wasn't. So he was here for me for, the first month. And now it's great. Logan will go to his dad's house every weekend or every other weekend, or we'll switch off each week whenever Logan gets tired of each parent.
How are things for you and Vince now that it's in the rearview mirror? The divorce is finally finalized after all those years of trying to get it finalized.
Right. And not even just that, all the years of trying to figure out where we fit, right? Because for 16 years, like, we've been together and been best friends. And I think what we had to revert back to is remembering that we were friends first. And it took a little while, especially, with David in the mix of things, but we're in a really, really good place. We realized it's not about us. It's not about our feelings. It's not about what happened. It's about Logan, and it's about us setting the best example for him and being there for him. So that's the choice we made. So you have to make that choice. So.
How did you come to the place where you realized that? Was there any specific moment that sticks out, like the turning point, or was it just over time?
Well, I came from a family of divorced parents. So, right when it happened, I put my kid in counseling. And people might disagree because he was so young, but I thought it was the best thing for him. Just because sometimes when you're that young, or when you come from a divorced parent, you don't know who to talk to or which parent to trust or whatever. You're just thrown into this position. And we just sat around with the counselor, one day, and she was just like, you guys might try to want to get along for your kid. And then that is when we made the decision. It's about him and not about us.
How is Logan adapting to his new normal?
So I found out I'm raising myself. Yes. Logan is the male version of me, which is, I shouldn't be surprised, but I am surprised. He has a huge personality. He's hilarious. He's really, really smart. And he's like the greatest. Am I saying this about myself? No, no, he's the greatest kid ever. He's just, so cool. He's their only child, so he looks to me to play all the time. And that's a lot. I think we split time between Sonic the Hedgehog and Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay, good balance there. Last time we spoke, I think you had changed your mind about wanting more kids. You went from one and done to like wanting a full Braxton-sized brood. Where do we stand today? Are you still in that place?
I'm crossing my fingers, hoping I'll get lucky. You know, I really, really, really want more kids. And being in this quarantine has reminded me like how lonely my son is. You know, when we grew up, and let's just say this happened during our quarantine, it'd be great. You know what I mean? We can play and we can, you know, hang out with other people besides ourselves, but it's just him. And so, you know, I really wish I had more kids. Still hoping. Is
David the reason you changed your mind? Is he the person who made that shift happen in you?
Well, Little Chocolate might have been, you know, the person who egged that on. But, you know, I think after the whole divorce stuff, I just felt like I didn't want, you know, Logan to be by himself. You know, like we got together when we were younger, me and my sisters, and talked about our parents behind their backs, and he needs somebody to do that with and bounce ideas off of. And so, you know, he helped.
Okay. Has quarantine tested your relationship with David at all, or made it stronger?
I think quarantine has tested everyone's relationship. I've gotten extremely petty about cleaning the kitchen and who did it last. Yes, that's the part, you know. One dish will break up this whole house, right? But, you know, we really have gotten closer, to be honest. We've had a chance to talk about things that we wouldn't normally have time to talk about, and see things that we normally wouldn't see because we haven't spent this much time together. And I have to say, he's not just chocolate. He's a great guy.
All right. Can I see those hands? There's not a ring on them yet, is there?
Oh,
no.
Wait. It must be in the air because everyone has been asking me, you know, come on, Lord, bring it on down with a cure. All right. We got to give him a little nudge and help him out a little bit. You know, David's been single for forever. He's never been married. And so for, you know, him to find love, you know, he's, you know, creepy crawling, but he better hurry up.
Do you think a quarantine proposal could happen?
It could. I mean, I wouldn't say that, you know, that would be my ideal, but I'll take whatever we can get. You know, he can actually walk me around the corner. It could be a little bit more romantic than, you know, the gangster lean we've been in for the past 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is the family? How are your sisters doing? Is anybody driving you nuts in quarantine, like you're hearing from them every day?
Yes, everyone's driving each other. No. No, we get together and Zoom and FaceTime all the time, and that's been pretty fun. I haven't seen my mom in 3 months, and that's been really, really tough, you know? So, yeah, we've been Zooming, and we've really had a really good time, and you know, and getting closer and talking about things that, you know, that needs to be talked about before we start filming again.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, how has the next season of Braxton Family Values been impacted by this?
Well, we're just like every other show, including this one, you know. We wasn't finished production with Beautician, and we definitely wasn't finished with the Braxton. So we get on the computer, we get on the phone, and that's how we do it because this is our new normal.
Okay, so we're gonna see some quarantine life stuff, I guess, in the next season.
Sure. I miss my family, you know, I miss my sisters. I can't really, you know, spend a lot of time with Tony because, you know, she has lupus and it's really dangerous for her. So I've seen her twice and I'm grateful for that, but I don't see them. And so I look forward to seeing them however I can. And so I'll just take that for now.
Which is such a nice thing to hear because think back 2 years ago where you and your sisters were filming the show. Yeah. It was not that place.
No. And as a matter of fact, for the past, 4 seasons, we haven't been in that place. I just think sometimes sisters go through things. And I think by the time we start filming, we're going through things. And when we're done shooting, we're back to normal. So that's why I'm hoping that, keep our fingers crossed, that the cameras catch us at a time where everything is going great for us.
A more fun moment than a dramatic moment.
You know, I mean, I don't want to argue with anyone but the devil, and I don't want any drama. You know, I mean, I'm living my best life. I'm eating my weights, you know, and I'm having fun with my boyfriend and great time with my kid, and I have absolutely no worries. And I have this amazing show on VH1, which is a dream job for me, a dream situation, and I am just in a really, really happy, good place.
And it's the kind of content we need right now to take our mind off of everything. Though I feel like some people might watch and be like, God, I miss the salon even more now.
Yes, we all do, but we all look a mess together.
Is quarantine inspiring any new music?
It actually has, you know. I think it's inspiring all the musicians, because, you know, we haven't been able to, you know, do shows and, you know, go to a proper studio. And I feel like everyone is missing that spark, that umph. I know that I am. I know when I released Crazy Kind of Love, I fell in love with music, and now I'm over here like twiddling my thumbs, really missing it, like having meetings with the producers and what is my next sound going to be? What's my next look going to be? And I'm just so inspired and so excited.
How far away are we from getting a new song? Because I know we got Crazy Kind of Love kind of at the start of all this.
Yes. Well, I haven't been recording, but okay. I have recorded a few records before quarantine started. So we'll see.
But you're still not changing your mind about releasing another full album? Bluebird of Happiness still the final album?
No, you know, I mean, I think at that time I was really going through a lot, you know. A lot of people didn't know that Vince and I were breaking up, and it wasn't a good time, you know, for either of us individually. And then the business aspect of it all changed because he was my manager in all of this. And so it was just like a big turnoff for me. And now that I've fallen back in love with music, it's like I've fallen back in love with the whole situation of it all.
You know, 2020 threw off a lot of plans for people. Is there anything left on the Tamar vision board that you were hoping to make happen this year that's maybe getting pushed to 2021? Like, I remember 3 years ago, you still wanted a talk show. You wanted to return to TV in that way.
Yes, I still do. It's still a dream of mine. You know, I think that now that a couple of situations for me have changed, that door is a possibility, and I'm really grateful about that.
Well, I hope you get to walk through that door sooner rather than later.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I got to ask you, did you hear from Tony after you started the Tony Braxton challenge?
So I'm going to show you how to do Tony Braxton. You got to put bass in your throat, like, okay? Like you finna cough or burp or something, and like you can't finish no sentence, and you just got to have that real deep emotion, and can't nobody understand nothing you're saying. Absolutely did. And she thought it was funny. I'm gonna kill you in Babyface. So it's so funny because we love to tease her. She's the hardest person to, you know, try to sound like. And so I guess that's why she's Tony Braxton, huh? Because can't nobody do what she does.
Well, you do a pretty good Tony Braxton.
I had a lot of years of practice. So,
like I standing in the back there, singing behind her, listen to it all.
Yeah, she's a funny person.
Does she ever do a Tamar impression?
Yes, she does, and she doesn't get it right ever. Ever. Next time you talk to her, you should ask her. It's terrible.
You give me a little bit of your Tony because it brings me so much joy.
Oh, of course. Let me say, okay. First thing Monday morning, I'm gonna pack my team bag.
It's so low and soft. It's so good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to me today. I'm excited for To Catch a Beautician premiering Monday, right?
Monday and Mondays at 9 o'clock on VH1.